Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to talk about a new custom node which affects conditioning, and it can help you improve your SD1.5, SDXL, as well as Flux workflow. Now, this is not LoRA, it's also not text embedding. It's called conditioning delta. And basically what it's doing in simple terms is, we can take this as an example. Here I have a city in the first image. The second one, I have an Art Deco city. And what this conditioning delta will do, it would take this conditioning, or to put it simply, we can say that we are taking this one minus or subtract this. The result will be added to this, and we get this as the result. So basically we are taking the conditioning that generated this image minus the conditioning that generated this image. The result of that operation gets added to this conditioning, and then the final result becomes this. And this can help improve your final generation. Now let's take a look at a couple of examples. In this case, I am using a Flux Dev FP8. And this is just the simple workflow here. Now, for my text prompt, I'm saying a forest in space station, and here is the result. I have a forest. It's not quite in space station just yet, and it's pretty much the standard images that you will get from Flux. So if you were to do one girl, you will get the same exact person every time. Basically, in here, I'm getting the same exact forest every time. Now here, I'm adding this conditioning delta, and it does come with a couple of sample models. In this particular case, I'm using the jungle model. Again, the same prompt. I have my k sampler seed as fixed, and here is the result. It's a better, I would say, forest compared to the previous one, and that is because it's adding this conditioning that is saved in this safetensors here, and the strength is at 1 right now. Comparing them, you can see that this is the generic one without the conditioning delta, and this is with the conditioning delta. So you can see we have a big improvement. The general composition is pretty much the same. As I mentioned, the seed is fixed, and this one is just manipulating the conditioning itself. So most of the time, the images will be the same with a slight improvement. In this particular case, I will say it's a big improvement. Now, in here, I've changed the prompt. So instead of saying a jungle in a space station, I've removed the a jungle, and now we have just a space station. But I'm still using this jungle model from the conditioning delta. And the result, we have pretty much the same jungle, but it's trying to add some kind of space station in here, and you can see the result like this. Now in this particular case, I have the same thing. Again, we have the seed as fixed. I've decreased the jungle delta to 0.5, and you can see the result now. It's taking the positive prompt here, a space station, more into consideration, and we have an actual space station now. So what you'll need to do is to try to find a balance between your positive and this conditioning delta. By the way, if I say just a space station without this conditioning delta, this is the result. With the strength at 0.7, we can see a change in the space station itself, but it's not quite getting the jungle theme just yet. Now, modifying it a little bit, I found out that if the strength is at 0.85, then I have a nice blend between a space theme as well as the jungle theme here. As you can see from this final image here, it can also affect other things. In this particular case, I'm testing without a positive prompt and also without the conditioning delta. So I have just the basic FP8 Flux model, and probably because the Flux model was trained on women mostly, that is why I got a woman just sitting, and this is pretty much based on the seed, right? Because my positive prompt is blank right now. Now, same thing, I have new positive prompt, but this time I'm adding this conditioning delta, and the result is this. Again, we have a woman, even though we did not ask for it, but we have a little bit more of the green theme that is happening, and that is because of this jungle model that is being added on top of this conditioning. Now, if we were to compare it, I would say both images, whether we are using the conditioning delta or not, they are good. And that is because the Flux model itself can generate really good images. But you can use the conditioning delta to affect it and push it towards a particular theme. In this particular case, we have a jungle. And by playing around with a strength, you can add that element in your images. Now, since this is just conditioning, in code, basically, it's like vectors or tensors, we can go into negative as well. You can also go above 1. And here's an example where I'm doing the same thing without any positive prompt, but I have the conditioning delta as -1. And now you can see that we don't have that jungle theme anymore. It's trying to take it away from this positive prompt. So that's one way that you can use it. You can use it as a negative prompt. You can also use it as if it was a LoRA, where you add it on top of your existing images. Now, here's an example where I'm asking for a jungle. I don't have the conditioning delta, so this is just the default Flux dev FP8 that is generating, and we got a really nice jungle. Now, if you try to add the conditioning delta in there, and instead of doing the positive value, so we are adding on top of our positive prompt here, if we change it to negative, so I'm saying jungle, and then I'm trying to take out jungle from it, this is the result. So you can get some unexpected result based on your prompt and the strength value. In this particular case, it's trying to take out jungle from jungle, and it generated this image here, pretty much like Western style. Now, before we move on to the other custom nodes which are available in this pack, let me show you how you can install it. So first, go into the manager here, and then click on custom nodes manager, and then at the top here you can search for ConDelta. It's one word, and then install this ComfyUI conditioning delta. It will ask you to restart, so restart your ComfyUI and come back here. Then you will need to navigate to your ComfyUI installation. In my case, I have the portable version, so I will go inside the portable version, ComfyUI, and then go inside custom nodes, find the conditioning delta folder, go inside it, and you will see a sample models folder. Go in and you will see a couple of models that are already available. These are very small. As you can see, they are barely 1 megabyte for SDXL, and for the Flux version, it's 4 megabytes in size. Now, you can highlight all of them, press Ctrl X to cut. You can also copy it, but to save on space, I would say cut it or move it. Then go back into your ComfyUI folder, models, and then create a folder, name it ConDelta. The C is capital and the D is also capitalized. Now, if you try to run the workflow, it will probably create this folder for you. But in case if you do not have the folder yet, you can manually create it. Go inside it and then paste those models in this folder here. And that's it. That's pretty much the workflow. Then in order to use it, you can open any workflow. Like I said, it works with SDXL, SD1.5, and Flux model. So in this case, I'm just going to go into Browse Template and use the image generation template. Here I've selected the XL as the XL checkpoint. And let me just modify the resolution. I'm going to keep this as default. I have the seed here as fixed. Click on Q prompt. Okay, we have the standard galaxy in bottle. Now, the way to use this new custom node is just after the positive prompt, you will add the apply on delta, this one here. So this conditioning will go into the apply conditioning, and now the output conditioning will go as positive, like so. Now, if you're having difficulty following along, you can go into settings, search for link, and then change the link midpoint markers to arrow, and now you can see what's happening. So we are going from positive prompt here up into the ConDelta, and then from the ConDelta we are going into the positive of the key sampler. Now, just adding this ConDelta, leaving everything as fixed, change the ConDelta depending on the model that you're using. So in my case, since I have an SDXL model, I'm going to change this to SDXL like this. And now you can see that the image changes and we have more of a jungle theme in the background and even in the glass itself. Of course, there are other models which were provided in this sampler. So we can go with the moon-based delta here, click on Q prompt, and here's the result. I'm not going to comment on the shape here. let's change this to the Art Deco Delta. Now you can see we have different styles, even though the prompt and the seed here, they are both fixed. Now the question comes, how can we get more of this? And the custom node also includes a way of saving, or basically making your own model. So the way that you will do it is, remember, we need to do these operations. We have a conditioning here. We will subtract another conditioning, the result of these two. So these two here, we are going to plus or add to another conditioning, and that is going to be the result that we'll have at the end. So that model that we are going to save. So we'll need to set our workflow like this. To do this, I'm just going to make space in between the conditioning and the key sampler. Okay, so this is going to be what I'm going to use first, a golden city underwater, and I will try to remove or subtract day, sun, and bright from it. So for that, double click and search for ConDelta, and we need to get the subtract one, conditioning subtract. You can add that. We have A and B. So A is going to be this one, and then B is going to be this one. Now this resulting conditioning will need to be added to this conditioning here. So for that, we will click on the search again, ConDelta, and I'm going to use this one here, the conditioning add ConDelta. Now the base is going to be this prompt here, and the delta is going to be this operation that we've done here. Now we have the strength here, and this final conditioning can go into the positive prompt. And let's see the result. All right, this is what it gave me. Now, if you want to know what would happen without this ConDelta, you can go here in the conditioning delta strength, and you can set it to 0. 0 basically means just this one here. So as you can see, we got that bottle here. But let's say you want to have this positive prompt a little bit more, then in the conditioning delta strength, you will reduce it from 1 to something, let's try 0.5. So that's the midpoint. Still, we can see that the positive prompt is a little bit too much. So let's try to go to 0.75. All right, now you can see a little bit of this conditioning delta being applied. So we have the underwater, we have a little bit of golden color that is happening here. So you can keep on pushing until you have that result that you want to see. Of course, you can also change the positive and negative prompt. Now, let's say you've managed to build a conditioning delta that is working really well for you. It's giving you that consistency, that output that you're looking for, and you would like to save it. Then before going into this add conditioning delta here, so after doing this operation, the subtraction, this conditioning here is what you'll need to save. So take it out, drag out, search, and search for save, and then save conditioning delta. You can give it a name. In this case, I'm going to name it as Golden City. And when you click on Q prompt, it will save it. You can go back into your ComfyUI installation folder, go inside models and ConDelta, and you will see there goldencity.safetensors. Now, since this one is SDXL, you can see that it's about 0.6 megabyte. The author says that if you were to use it as SD1.5, it will probably be lower. We can give it a try. I have an SD1.5 checkpoint here. I'm going to leave everything the same, maybe change the resolution, and let me change the name from Golden City. Let's do 1.5. Okay, this is the result from SD 1.5. Okay, as you can see here, this top one here is from SDXL. It's 622 kilobyte, and this one is the 1.5 one. It's 235 kilobytes. So these safetensors files are quite small and should not have an impact on VRAM at all. Now, once you've saved it, and let's say you want to use it in your workflow, anywhere you have your positive prompt, you can take out the conditioning, drag out, search for apply ConDelta, select this one, and then the output is going to be as positive prompt. Then it's just a matter of going into edit, refresh, and then find your model from here. And I'm going to decrease my ConDelta to 0.75 here and give this one a try. So I have a new text prompt here. It's not the same one. I forgot to change the empty latent, but you can see what's happening. We can see that the golden color from the golden city is affecting the final output here. Let me fix the seed, change the resolution, And for this one, let's bypass the ConDelta. Okay, so this is without the ConDelta, and let's add the ConDelta back. Now this is with the ConDelta. So you can see what's happening without the ConDelta and with the ConDelta. The majority of the composition, like the image composition itself, is quite similar. We have the same structure in the same position, but since we've done that ConDelta, we've saved that ConDelta with a golden theme. It's adding that golden theme, the golden city theme, to the final image. And that's how you can influence your images, your final images with this. Now, some of you may get this as an output. If that is the case, then you will need to decrease the ConDelta a little bit. So if you go too high, if you go 2.0, I believe what I tried was 2.25, then you will need to decrease it to something like 1.25. You can also maybe go to 1.5 to increase that strength. And like I've showed you previously, you can also go to minus 1.0 just to take out. All right, so I think this is a fun project to experiment with. It can give some unexpected result. You can use it as a negative prompt, basically take out things from an image. You can also use it as if it was a LoRA, where you are adding things to an image. So there's quite a bit of fun to have with it. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video and you can experiment with it. Thank you for watching until the very end. I hope you have a great day ahead. Take care, and I will see you in the next one.